Welcome to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where the Baltimore Orioles and the Minnesota Twins are ready to square off. The anticipation is high as Cal Ripken goes for the 3,000th hit of his career. Let's go to the start of the game here on ESPN Classic.
Brady Anderson leading off for the Orioles. First pitch slapped down the line and a foul ball. One strike. Anderson didn't play last night. Rich Amaral was in center field, but that's because the Twins had left-hander Eric Milton starting for them. The Orioles are really handcuffed right now in terms of their position players. A dozen pitchers on the roster, meaning at best the Orioles would have only 4 bench moves to make. Chopped off the plate foul. But Will Clark is hurt, probably won't play at all this weekend. And then Delino DeShields had a death in the family. He's not even with the team. So what you see is probably what you will get for the balance of the game tonight in terms of the starting lineup.
Yeah, Amaral is on the bench, and then backup catcher Morales is also available. So they're only really down to 2 bench players. Brady Anderson, 36 years old, 6'1", 200 pounds.
1-2.
Brady in his 12th season with the Baltimore Orioles. A career .261 hitter, very good leadoff hitter.
Another chopper off the plate.
And that's why he's a good leadoff hitter right there. He makes the pitcher throw a lot of pitches. Last year with the Orioles, hit .282 in 150 ball games, 24 home runs. He's got some speed, has 283 career stolen bases.
1-2 from Bergman to Anderson. And now 2-2. Temperature outside 33 degrees. 69 inside. There was ice on my deck this morning.
I left early to go get something to eat, and it was almost like a sleet and the snow.
Now a full count to Anderson.
My Florida truck did not like that. Sean Bergman, 30 years old. He had a birthday April 11th, just 5 days after my birthday, which is on April 6th. So congratulations, Sean Bergman, 30 years old. Claimed off waivers from Atlanta by the Twins on October 12th over the winter.
To right center field, toward the gap. And hopping over the wall, it's a ground rule double and a great at bat for Brady Anderson. He was behind the entire time until he worked the count full. Fouled off a couple of 2-strike pitches and ends up at second base.
Well, look at this pitch right here. Sean Bergman throws him a sinker that's almost maybe 3 or 4 inches just above the plate. This is a pretty good pitch right here, but you can see the power that Brady Anderson can generate. Just drops the head of the bat and hits that ball in that right center alley.
So a runner at second, nobody out, and Mike Bordick at the plate. Bordick hitting in the number 9 spot all year long, moved up to the number 2 spot because he's been hitting the ball so well. There's another hit that'll score a run. The Orioles take a quick lead. Bordick with 17 runs batted in already this year.
Well, Bordick 1 for 4 in last night's ball game. That in his first at bat hit that 3-run homer off of Eric Milton. Wasting no time off of Sean Bergman. Fastball from Bergman right back up the middle. Orioles take a 1-0 lead.
So back-to-back base hits to start the game, with Anderson scoring the game's first run. And here's B.J. Surhoff. Surhoff last night, 4 hits against left-handed pitching. And then finally the Twins got him out. Ball 1. Twins just need to stabilize their starting pitching and get more out of it. Relatively short start last night for Eric Milton, 5 innings, 6 runs. Bergman has come up with a couple of disappointing starts, and The Orioles already have one on the board tonight. Tapped foul, 1-1.
What this Oriole ball club brings is a lot of veterans. We saw Brady Anderson. He has almost 13 years at the major league level. Bordick with 8 years of major league service. B.J. Surhoff he's going into his 14th major league season. And guys that have great numbers throughout their career. Surhoff, a .281 lifetime hitter, hit .308 for the Orioles last year.
Off-speed pitch sails away, and it's 2-1. "29 hits, 17 earned runs in 12 innings.
That's not good.
And you saw his numbers on the season in 2 prior starts. 8 1/3 innings pitched, 18 hits and 9 earned runs. So we might have another 10-9 game on our hands. There goes the runner, and the pitch gets away from LeCroy. Bordick is in head first with a stolen base. So 3-1 the count now to Surhoff, and Bordick gets a steal.
Well, Bordick, good jump right there. Head down, sinker down and in. Well, Matthew maybe took his eye off the ball watching Bordick take off. And Bordick in with his second stolen base of the year. Orioles have never really been a running ball club. It was just their second stolen base of the year, both by Bordick.
Chopped off the plate, a foul ball, and it's 3-2. Eddie Murray not showing near the range he did when he was a first baseman, now that he's a first base coach.
I take that back. Lionel DeShields with 7. That was her 14th stolen base. Looked at the wrong call. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You know, with another passing year, you've been telling everybody for 2 weeks now that you had a birthday, and with every passing year, we expect, less mental retention.
It's just because I just had it and I still remember it. But give me like a month and I'll forget it.
Yeah.
Until next year.
3-2. Bordick on base. He's hit in every Oriole game this year. Full count to Surhoff. Still nobody out here in the first inning. Speared by Walker, double play. A great leaping catch by Todd Walker, and he turned it into 2 outs.
Well, on a 3-2 pitch, Bergman just threw the ball right down the middle, and look at the swing of Surhoff. Todd Walker getting up as high as he can. And there's Christian Guzman just getting there before Bordick dives back into second. On this artificial turf, you have the opportunity to play back a little bit further than normal if you're on a grass type field. And that definitely was in the Twins' favor and Todd Walker's favor.
Albert Bell fouls one over the Baltimore dugout. 1 strike. Bell in last night's game, a double and a walk in 5 plate appearances. And one of the biggest plays of the game came when Bell was picked off with 1 out in the 9th inning with Cal Ripken at the plate. 1 strike to Albert Bell. And now 2 strikes. I talked with Tom Kelly about that last night, or today, about the play last night, and he said, well, they got lucky. He said that it wasn't so much Bell being at first base, but Cal Ripken at the plate. Cal likes to hit and run, and so the Twins thought that the hit and run might be on, and they might have a chance to catch Bell early, and turns out that's exactly what happened. And on an 0-2 pitch, Bell gets hit in the elbow with a breaking ball.
I talked to Matthew LeCroy about that, and he goes, yeah, wasn't that a smart move by giving that pickoff sign by manager Tom Kelly?
Number 3, the designated hitter.
I also talked with Harold Baines today about his 9th inning blast to right center field, and I said, did you think you got all of it? And he said, no. He says, I knew it would be caught. He said he didn't quite center the ball, but he came awfully close, and I think most of us up here at this level of the press box thought the ball was gone as soon as Baines touched it off. Outside, ball 1.
Well, he has 373 lifetime home runs, so I'm sure he knows when he hits it, it's gone.
With Ripken on deck, Bergman would love to get the third out here and get into the dugout after a rough first inning. 2-0. I got down in the middle of March for spring training this year, and the first Twins game I saw in Fort Myers, Bergman pitched, and he was outstanding. He had like 5 perfect innings, and I thought the Twins had really found something here and gotten lucky. When you get somebody off waivers, it's a crapshoot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Up the middle, a base hit for Baines. That means Ripken will have a chance here. Bell's going to try for third. Hunter's throw, not in time. Wow, what a gamble by Albert Bell. Trying to take the extra base on the single up the middle.
Well, Albert Bell may be taking that chance right there, but nobody knew what he wanted to do until he saw maybe the way that Torrey Hunter went after this ball. He charges the ball right there, seeing that Torrey Hunter has to go a little bit to his left. Takes a chance. If the throw's right on mark, he's out. But a little bit toward the infield side, and Albert Bell gets into third.
Runners on the corners with 2 away, and Cal Ripken Jr. at the plate. Ripken got career hit number 2,997 in his first at bat last night, and had a couple of other bids for base hits taken away from him. Jacques Jones in particular robbed him of a hit in the 5th inning. Breaking ball away. Ripken with a couple of lifetime home runs among 4 hits against the Twins right-hander. 3 hits and a hit batter in the inning, and the only out recorded came on a line drive that was turned into 2 outs. 1-1. Anyway, to get back to Bergman in spring training, the first time I saw him, he really looked sharp. And then he had a couple of disappointing outings after that. His Twins debut during the regular season should have an asterisk by it because he was suffering from the flu and wasn't sure if he was going to be able to pitch even a couple hours before game time. Up high. So I guess the bottom line is the Twins aren't sure what they have yet in Sean Bergman. He's hoping to show them they've got a pretty reliable 3rd or 4th starter.
Well, Sean's best year a couple years ago with the Houston Astros. He won 12 ball games for the Astros in 27 starts, a 3.72 ERA, worked 172 innings.
Chopped to third. Koskie with a nice pickup sets himself up and throws. Ripken 0 for 1. The Orioles get 3 hits and a run in the first.
Calvin Maduro making his 2nd major league start in a Baltimore Oriole uniform, his 17th career start. Maduro from Santa Cruz, Aruba.
The Twins will find out in the next 48 hours whether they like to hit Aruban pitchers, because Maduro is from Aruba. And tomorrow's Baltimore pitcher, Sidney Ponson, is also from Aruba. And if the Orioles were to have outfielder Eugene Kingsale up here, they'd have
3 of them.
the only 3 Aruban Major League Baseball players on the field at one time. To left field, slicing away from Surhoff, but he jogs over to make the catch for the first out.
Maduro originally signed by the Baltimore Orioles back in 1991 and then picked up on waivers Philadelphia Phillies picked him up on waivers. And that's where he saw his major league experiences back in 1996 and 97. Was with the Phillies.
Christian Guzman, the hitter. Guzman with a big 8th inning hit when the Twins scored 6 runs to take their first lead. He just looks like a completely different hitter from the left side of the plate. Up and in, and it's 1-1. Time called as Maduro was delivering the pitch.
I think Christian Guzman got a big hit in last night's ball game in that 8th inning. He hit a ball off of Buddy Broom, and he hit it so hard that Bordick, the shortstop, dove for it, knocked it down, but it allowed Maxwell to get from first to third base because of that.
Popped up behind third. Bordick, the shortstop, is there. 2 away.
And then the next batter, Matt Lawton, sacrifice fly. That was a winning run.
That'll bring up Matt Lawton. Lawton drove in the eventual game-winning run with a sacrifice fly in the 8th. Couple of hits, another ball hit pretty well, a line out in the 7th inning. Takes a fastball up high.
Yeah, they had a double and a single last night. Leads the team with 12 RBIs.
Both hits came to left field last night. And Maduro gets the outside corner to even the count at 1-1. And Lawton calls for time.
I see Maduro not taking a lot of time between pitches. And Matt Lawton calling time right there.
Slow breaking ball over for a strike, 1-2, or a very slow changeup.
No, that was a curveball. That was just a slow curveball. He's thrown a couple of them already. Good
And
location of the
gone.
fastball.
And the Twins go quickly in the first. It's 1-0 Baltimore. Going to the second inning, it'll be Jeff Conine, Charles Johnson, and Jesus Garcia. Take a look at the Dodge League leaders tonight. The category, active American League managers. And Joe Torre leading that list. Tom Kelly 10 wins away from the 1,000 win mark. Jim Fregosi in all likelihood will get there as well. Mike Hargrove in his first year with the Orioles. Here's Jeff Conine taking ball 1.
Jeff Conine having a great night last night at the plate. 3 for 4 with a home run, an RBI, and scored 3 runs.
To right field, playable for Lawton, and he's got it for the first out. So 1 away, and that'll get us to Charles Johnson.
Batting 8, number 21, the catcher Charles Johnson.
If you're wondering what in the world we're doing, bringing you a game and it's not 7 o'clock yet on Saturday night, it's not another time change like we had a couple weeks ago, daylight savings time or anything like that. But the Twins just decided to move their start times up an hour on Saturdays. I think a good idea.
Like it, yeah.
Driven to right and hit a long way. Lawton looking up. Johnson gets it over the barrier. It's a home run and a 2-0 Baltimore lead. And Johnson and Bordick continue to punish the ball for the Orioles.
Well, Charles Johnson hitting his 5th home run. Not a bad pitch. Fastball out over the plate, maybe just a little bit up. And Johnson going with it. Now with 5 home runs, 15 RBIs already early in the season for the Orioles.
He hit a home run in each of the first 4 games for the Orioles. And quite a turnaround for Johnson from last year when he got off to such a terrible start. He had just 1 run batted in April. The home run here giving him 15 runs batted in already this year. Jesus Garcia fouls the first pitch away. 1 strike. Garcia playing in place of Delino DeShields. And now 0-2.
Garcia's only appeared in a couple ball games. This is his first at bat this year.
Guzman has the ball cut off in front of him by Koskie, stretched by Coomer, 2 away. So 2 gone on the second, and here comes Brady Anderson.
The center fielder,
First base umpire Mike Winters. Charge lines are open tonight at 612-33 Twins or 1-800-33 Twins. Final game of this series tomorrow. Can't guarantee certainly that Cal Ripken will be playing tomorrow. Foul ball, 1 strike to Anderson. But we do know that the Twins have an off day on Monday, and then the Royals start a 3-game series starting on Tuesday night. We have, I think, a few more people here tonight than we did last night. I think the challenge for the Twins, and it'll be easy if the team plays better. A little roller to short. Guzman has it. We'll talk about that in the next half inning. A home run by Charles Johnson and a run in each of the first 2 innings for Baltimore against Sean Bergman. Here's Harold Baines leading off the 4th. He singled in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Talked with Baines before the game today, and he was asking about the Twins stadium efforts and what's going to happen here. Of course, I didn't have any answers for him, but we were talking about this ballpark, and he said he remembers the first time he came in here. It wasn't for a game, and I had forgotten this until he reminded me. It was a base hit, sharply spanked single to center, and we'll try to tell the story real quick before Ripken gets in the box. But at any rate, he was playing for the White Sox at the time. There was a terrible snowstorm at the start of the 1982 season, and the White Sox came to the Metrodome for a couple of practices. After spring training at the start of the year, they couldn't use Comiskey Park. They couldn't play games, and so the White Sox were one of the first teams to ever see this ballpark, and they got a couple of practices in here. Now here's Ripken looking for career hit number 2,998. Down and away, a ball. Ripken bounced out to Corey Koskie his first time up.
Remember, we interviewed Paul Molitor yesterday, and I asked him if you think Cal Ripken's maybe feeling the pressure of getting 3,000 hits, and Paul didn't think that he would. But in today's paper, an article from Cal himself saying that, yeah, says the pursuit of this is getting on his nerves.
Well, I think it's probably been magnified because hits generally have been hard to come by, and it's been a slow start for Ripken. Just 6 hits on the season, and here we are about to wrap up the second week of the season. 2-0 and 2-1. And I can understand why the pressure would be mounting a little bit, but then think what it must be like to get your 500th home run, where you have to not only hit the ball hard, you have to lift it up over the fence. And players have talked about the immense pressure they felt trying to get a 500th home run. Two and two. I mean, you could be at 499 home runs, get 4 doubles in a given game, and still have to answer the questions about, how come you didn't hit your 500th home run?
Well, there's only been 16 players that have hit 500 home runs.
Eddie Murray did it.
Yep. Ended up with 504 home runs.
2 and 2 to Ripken.
And of course, Harmon Killebrew, 573.
2,998. A base hit to right for Ripken, and he's 2 hits away. Baines goes all the way to third, and the Orioles have runners on the corners with nobody out.
A nice ovation by the fans here in Minnesota. Inside out swing. Cal, just like in last night's ball game, going the other way. Now just 2 hits shy of the number 3,000.
And with every hit, of course, maybe in this instance, the pressure gets a little bit more intense the closer he gets. I think that with every hit that the pressure would be relieved a little bit. And Conine just keeps hitting the Twins. There's another run. It's 3-0 Baltimore. 3 straight singles here in the 4th inning against Bergman, and the Orioles already have 8 hits in the game against Sean Bergman.
The catcher, Charles Johnson.
Baines, Ripken, and Conine with singles.
Conine a little bit out front, but keeps those hands back. Lines the ball right up the middle. Conine picking up just his 3rd RBI on the year.
3-0. And here's Charles Johnson, who homered to right his first time up. Ooh, looked like he hung a pitch, and Johnson just missed it. 1 strike. Johnson in his free agent year. He can be a free agent at the end of the year, and the Orioles, for whatever reason, have been reluctant to initiate contract extension talks with the former Gold Glove winner, won 4 Gold Gloves in the National League. Can probably catch in this league for another 10 years and not win one in this league, but that's because of Ivan Rodriguez.
Well, Johnson not known for his hitting. You see the numbers against Bergman over their facings in the past. Just a .238 career hitter. Hit 16 home runs for the Orioles last year. Hit .251.
1-2.
Already this year, 5 home runs, 15 RBIs.
Breaking ball strikes out Johnson for the first out of the inning.
Well, big strikeout right there for Bergman. His first strikeout of the ball game. Breaking ball down. And usually when you are a hitter like Johnson, had .238 lifetime hitter, there's a pitch that gives you trouble. And it looked like right there, breaking ball, good pitch. Johnson way out front. You see that big swing of Johnson.
1 down, and here's Jesus Garcia. Fastball down the middle of strike. Two strikes. The Twins claiming Bergman. Kind of a sign of a step backward for the organization. Only from the standpoint that we've seen this type of signing or claiming before. Bergman, a veteran pitcher, brought in to hopefully stabilize the rotation a little bit. Here's a foul pop, and Coomer's going to try to chase it down. Nice running catch down by the bullpen, and Ripken inexplicably never got in position to maybe tag on that ball. Running full speed away from the infield. It looked like Ripken might have had a chance to advance.
Well, no doubt Ron Coomer was going to catch this because his hat fell off. Plays a little game with the ball right there. That might have held Cal Ripken up when he saw the ball come out of his glove.
Yeah, that might have been right. Yep. At any rate, they're 2 out, 2 on, and Brady Anderson's at the plate. Anyway, let's get back to Bergman. Bergman kind of fills the same role, or at least the Twins hope he does, that say a Mike Morgan or a Bob Tewksbury, somebody like that fills. Remember last year the Twins decided we're going to go with the youth movement, we're going to run them out there and see what happens. Well, the Twins hope that Bergman will be able to pitch better than he has here so far this year and eventually be a pretty reliable guy in the middle of the rotation.
Well, I think they gave a lot of young kids opportunities last year, like Mike Lincoln and Dan Perkins, and it just didn't work out. So you get a veteran And I say a veteran like Sean Bergman.
30 years old.
Yeah, 30 years old. He's got almost 7 years of major league experience.
He'd be carded if he were in the Oriole clubhouse.
And you hope that he can get back to where he was when he first came up with the Detroit Tigers. He pitched some innings, 172 innings, the most he's ever pitched in the big league level. So if he stays healthy, hopefully he can get some good quality innings. And that's the key right there, not innings. What kind of innings will he pitch as the summer goes on? Hopefully they're good quality innings.
1-1 the count to Brady Anderson. Popped up short left. Guzman out. Jones in. Somebody call it. It's Guzman with a catch for the third out. But the Orioles get another run. The inning starts with 3 straight hits, including career hit 2,998 for Cal Ripken Jr. And these are genuine, authenticated, autographed baseballs. We have somebody at MSC watching, witnessing the Twins players signing these. These aren't ghost signers signing these autographed baseballs. If you get a Hector Carrasco autographed baseball, you can rest assured that Hector actually signed it. Bordick makes a catch in foul territory, and Walker's quickly retired, and Maduro has faced the minimum number of hitters here through 3 1/3 innings.
Well, he did give up the base hit to Butch Husky to start the second inning, but got the double play off the bat of Ron Coomer. Maduro using both sides of the plate with that fastball. A couple strikeouts, fastball inside to Torrey Hunter to the end of third, and then to Matt Lawton to end the second. Good control, and then that slow curveball.
Guzman lifted a pop-up to Bordick his first time, showing bunt, bringing Ripken in. We were talking in his first at bat about Guzman's improvement from the left side of the plate, hitting just 200 last year from the left side. He's hitting over 300 this year, and it's not just improved batting average, but improved power. Last year, through the entire season, from the left side of the plate, Guzman got only 7 extra base hits, and he already has 4 extra base hits this year. 2-1.
Well, a little more patience at the plate, I think, here for Christian Guzman. It's even like that pitch right there, behind an account or ahead in account 2-0. Make sure that that strike is going to be where he wants it.
That's a beautiful bunt, but it'll roll foul. Boy, did he ever deaden the ball. There was no chance, even with Ripken playing in, that he would have had a play had that ball stayed fair.
Well, he had 18 bunt singles last year. Christian Guzman showing good control of that bat.
Twins down 3-0, out hit 8-1, having a tough time solving Calvin Maduro. And Guzman laces a base hit to center. Second Twins hit. And the Twins have a runner aboard with 1 out. And Matt Lawton coming to the plate.
And I think you saw the patience right there of Guzman being able to keep those feet still. It's a slow breaking ball from Maduro. It just stays up a little bit. And Guzman just lining it right back up the middle. Twins get their second single of the ball game.
Matt Lawton had a quick at bat, striking out, looking on 4 pitches, and Guzman goes right away. Charles Johnson's throw is too high, and Guzman alertly stays on the bag, not knowing where the ball was. He didn't get up and try to advance another base. Good jump by Guzman and a steal on Charles Johnson.
Well, you talked about all those gold gloves that Johnson had in the National League. An outstanding arm. Over his career has thrown out about 43% of potential base stealers, but this year this is the 9th base stealer against the Orioles, and Johnson has only thrown out 1. Good head first slide, but that really wasn't on Johnson. That was off the pitcher. Guzman had a very good jump.
That's why, having not seen a pitcher before, it's important to get some runners on base, get him into the stretch position so you can time his release to the plate, how quick it is, how high the leg kick is. And now 3-0 to Matt Lawton with Butch Husky on deck.
Twins with 6 stolen bases now. Guzman with 3 of them.
Lawton swinging away and missing. 3-1.
Well, Tom Kelly will give these hitters like Matt Lawton and Butch Husky and Corey Koskie sometimes a green light on 3-0. You want to look for a pitch that you can drive. That pitch was up and in. Not a good swing by Matt Lawton. Almost the same swing, same location of that fastball.
Full count. And again, Husky 6 for 11 lifetime against Maduro, the on-deck hitter. Twins would love to get Lawton aboard, bring Husky up, representing the tying run. There's ball 4, and Husky will come up with 2 men on. Before he does so, let's check out tonight's Smart Pages news and notes from around baseball. Rusty Greer out 4 to 6 weeks with surgery on his right ankle, and suddenly that Texas lineup doesn't look nearly as tough as it did a year ago with Juan Gonzalez in Detroit and Greer out. Damian Easley put on the 15-day DL with a strained rib cage. And Pedro Martinez 3-0 as the Red Sox picked up a win today. Here is Husky.
They scored Pedro some runs too. Boston ended up beating Oakland in that ball game 14-2.
Up and in. Jason Giambi apparently is going to be out for a while with a hyperextended knee. One and 0 to Butch Husky. Pick off at second. Guzman's back.
Butch Husky, 6'3", 244 pounds, a big man.
2-0.
Oh, he's strong. 28 years old. Lives in Lawton, Oklahoma. His career at the major league level started with the Mets back in 1993. Last year with the Seattle Mariners and the Boston Red Sox.
Check swing, an appeal, and a strike, says Mike Winters. And it's 2-1. So instead of it being 3-0, Husky instead has a 2-1 count.
I thought he went right here a little bit too far. That last little right there, I think, got the umpire at first base to say he went.
And now 2-2. Maduro pitching out of a bit of a jam here in the 4th inning with a 3-0 lead.
Maduro first came up to the major leagues with the Philadelphia Phillies in 1996. He was 0-1 in 2 starts.
And Husky swings at a breaking ball away for the second out.
That's being too aggressive on that pitch right there. That ball is way out of the strike zone. Maduro picking up his 3rd strikeout. Little cut fastball down and away.
The check swing call really changed the whole at bat. 2 down, 2 on, and Corey Koskie at the plate. Strike on the outside corner. Koskie lifted a fly ball to Albert Bell his first time up. Twins need to take advantage of this opportunity here in the 4th. It's really the only chance they've had so far against Maduro. 1-1. Koskie looking for his first home run of the year.
Sounds like a call. I like that. Twins would like that.
That's pulled and right over the bag. Guzman score. Lawton to third. They're going to wave him around. Koskie wants another triple. It's a 2-run triple and a 3-2 ball game. A big 2-out hit for Koskie. RBIs 4 and 5, and the Twins have the tying run at third.
Still, one of the greatest plays in baseball is watching a guy hit a ball like this and then go for a triple, especially a big man like Corey Koskie. Right down the first baseline. You see Albert Bell way at the top of your screen. By the time he gets it, Koskie gets a couple RBIs and gets his second major league triple. 2 triples back-to-back for Corey Koskie.
Here's Ron Coomer. Breaking ball over for a strike. Coomer bounced into a double play. Hit the ball hard in the second inning, but right at Cal Ripken, who turned it into 2 outs. Down the right field line toward the corner. And foul. 2 strikes. You referred earlier to not really a gift because you gave me money to pay for it, but I found this thing at an antique store the other day, and I thought you might be interested in it.
Oh, I love it. Thank you very much. It's a calendar from 1971, but it has the Minnesota Twins 1970 Western Division champs on it.
And there you are 30 years ago.
Brent Ellier on the left of your screen, and my dad, Jim Perry, on the right. Ron Peronowski and Rick Rennick.
Wow.
Wow. Can't replace those things. Thank you very much.
Well,
that will go in my game room.
2 strikes to Ron Coomer with Koskie at third. The Twins have scored twice here in the 4th. Pop up, foul, and out of play. I brought that in this afternoon, and some people outside, fans, and they saw the picture. And I asked him, I said, see if you can pick out Bert in this picture. And it took him a while. You've changed an awful lot.
Oh, that's 30 years ago. My goodness. I didn't realize I was such a good-looking young man back
what
then.
in the
19
world
years
happened?
old.
19 years old.
And I had birthdays back then, too. You know, my birthday was still April 6th back then.
People pretty much ignored him back then, too. 1-2 to Ron Coomer. There's a drive into the corner again. This one's fair, and it ties the game. Coomer around first to second. Does he want a triple? No.
Whoa, big boom dog.
So again, in the absence of a home run, the Twins put together some doubles and triples, and 3 runs here in the 4th inning have tied it up.
Well, we've had an opportunity to watch Ron Coomer hit over the last 3 or 4 years in a Twins uniform, and when he's hitting the ball good, he does this. A fastball, outer half of the plate, goes the other way. And Albert Bell unable to catch up to it. Ron Coomer picking up his 11th RBI of the season, and the Twins tie it at 3 apiece.
Second time through the order, a different story for Maduro, and that's not to be unexpected, I guess. Most Twins hitters had never seen this pitcher before. Just 1 hit and 9 men faced the first time through the order over the 3 innings, and now here in the 4th inning, 3 hits, a single, a double, a triple, a walk, and just a whole better approach in these at-bats.
Well, I think the first time around he got Matt Lawton on that strikeout inside with that fastball. Torrey Hunter the same thing. And now he's starting to leave some balls up in the strike zone a little bit. And the Twins offense taking advantage of it.
And we'll see if Lee Croy can get another hit, put the Twins in front. Up and in, ball 1. Further up and further in, 2-0. 3-0 to LeCroy. First base is open. Jacques Jones is the next hitter.
Let's see if Tom Kelly gives Matthew LeCroy the green light right here.
It's a 4-pitch walk. And Jones will be the 8th hitter of the inning.
Second walk of the inning. Given up by Maduro.
Jones tied for the team lead in home runs with 3. Couple of big 2-out hits for the Twins after the Husky strikeout. And there's strike 1. They'll start some activity in the Baltimore bullpen. Popped up, foul, out of play, 2 strikes. Tim Worrell warming up in the Baltimore bullpen. And Jones goes down on strikes, in fact on 3 pitches. But the Twins tie it up with 3 runs on a couple of walks and 3 hits. And we're even up going to the 5th. You handsome 19-year-old you. What modest investments I have, I put it all in the stock market last week. Was that a good move? Bordick takes outside and it's 2-0. Now you got a lot of veteran players in the Orioles, a lot of million-dollar ball players. Their payroll this year will be right around $80 million. So chances are it was a pretty nasty series of events yesterday in the Baltimore clubhouse, and I'm not sure anybody in the Twins clubhouse is even aware that it happened. Anybody there own stock? Mr. Molitor probably does. There's a strike. Big inning for Sean Bergman. The Twins have come back and given him a reprieve by scoring 3 runs, and now he wants to put a couple zeros up there and see if he can get his first win with the Twins.
And the first thing you don't want to do is walk that leadoff hitter. You have to make Bordick swing the bat.
He does, and gets another hit. Second of the ball game, and it'll be an extra base hit, a leadoff double here in the 5th inning for Mike Bordick.
Well, what sets that up for Mike Bordick right there is that Bergman fell behind an account 3-0. And then even 3-1, he has to come in with a strike, and Bordick's ready. He's been swinging a good bat. Ball coming right back over the plate, right down the third baseline. And even though it's not a base on balls, he does make contact, and Bordick, with his 4th double of the season, starts off the 5th inning for the Orioles.
Now you get to face Surhoff with a man in scoring position. Surhoff creamed a Bergman pitch, and Todd Walker was able to jump up, reach up, and grab it before it got into right field, and he turned it into a double play back in the 1st inning. And then Surhoff singled right over the third base bag his next time up. And there's another base hit. The Orioles get the go-ahead run. And the way things are going, Surhoff may get to 3,000 hits before Cal Ripken Jr. if he keeps hitting in Minnesota.
Well, you know, Dick, we mentioned in his last at bat and also yesterday about Surhoff. He's a .281 lifetime hitter. Last year hit .314 against Twins pitching, a .310 career hitter against Twins pitching. That's second best only to the New York Yankees, where he's a .314 lifetime hitter. Surhoff picks up his 17th RBI, or excuse me, his 18th RBI of the season.
10 hits allowed by Sean Bergman. He's only gotten 12 outs. He's only retired 10 hitters. He's got a couple of double plays behind him.
I'm sorry, for Surhoff, that's his 5th RBI driven in.
Here's Albert Bell. So tonight the Orioles are hitting .500 against Sean Bergman. Fouled back by Bell, 1 strike.
And of the 16 hits in last night's ball game, the 10 already tonight, this guy at the plate really has been pretty quiet.
Yeah, that's true. Breaking ball missing inside, and it's 1-1.
Albert Bell hit 50 home runs in 1995 for the Cleveland Indians, 49 with the Chicago White Sox in 1998, 48 for Cleveland in 1996.
Nub to the mound. Bergman has to wait for the second hop and throw Bell out. And on the play, Surhoff moves up to second base, 1 out. And that'll bring up Harold Baines.
Been watching Sean Bergman, a lot of movement on all his pitches. Sinking fastball, a breaking ball. Throws the ball a little bit up the line right here. Ron Coomer gets it and tiptoes on first base for the first out.
Here's Harold Baines. Swing and a miss. Couple of hits tonight for Baines, and we referred to it last night. He now has 2,793 lifetime hits, and he may be the next guy to join the 3,000 hit club after Cal Ripken does it. Whether Ripken does it today, tomorrow, or sometime later next week. 2 strikes to Baines.
You know, I faced Harold Baines before, and he can look foolish on some swings like those first 2. And then you get the ball up a little bit and he'll just rope it somewhere. An outstanding hitter. Look at the career RBIs that Harold Baines has been able to put up over the years. This is 21st major league season.
2 strikes. Kept it away from him, struck him out for the second out of the inning. Baines struck out swinging 3 times in yesterday's game, and nevertheless almost broke the hearts of every Twins fan in his last at bat.
Well, good pitch right there by Bergman. Fastball, sinking fastball down and away. Good location. Bergman picks up his second strikeout.
2 hits away from the 3,000 hit mark. Ripken 1 hit last night and 1 in his last at bat here tonight. One and 0. Cal has said he would like to get his 3,000th hit in Baltimore, but wants to get it as soon as possible. Tony Gwynn would have loved to have gotten it in San Diego. He got his in Montreal of all places. Chopped foul, 1-1. And there's been a significant part of Baltimore history that has been played out here in Minnesota. Eddie Murray, although he was playing for the Indians, got his 3,000th hit here. Cal Ripken Jr. played in his 2,000th consecutive game here. And going back longer ago than that, Brooks Robinson announced his retirement here in Minnesota. Breaking ball smothered by LeCroy, and it's 2-1. And pre-Ripken, there was no greater icon for baseball in Baltimore than Brooks Robinson, and Orioles had to clear a roster spot and asked Brooks to announce his retirement to do so, and he did it while the Twins were hosting the Orioles at Metropolitan Stadium. 2-1 to Ripken. Chopped off the plate. 2,999 for Ripken. And everyone will stand now at the Metrodome for Ripken.
Wow, that almost gets you goosebumps right there, because you know He's one hit away from number 3,000. And Eddie's laughing at him, saying, I didn't know you could run that fast. Watch this ball right off the top of home plate. And Corey Koskie does the right thing, has no play.
Ripken, in all likelihood, will have 2 chances at number 3,000 yet tonight. This is just the 5th inning. Here's Conine with 2 out and a grounder to Guzman. And Guzman will flip to Walker to put an end to it. A go-ahead run for the Orioles. 3 hits, including career hit number 2,999. The Iron Man is just 1 hit away from 3,000. Got a close ball game here, but the drama really is centering around Cal Ripken Jr. 2 hits tonight, 1 hit away from number 3,000. And here's a guy who has prided himself in being a complete baseball player and not taking his offense when he has to go out and play defense. But what in the world can be going through his mind as he now is on the verge of joining baseball's elite 3,000 hit club?
He's probably still catching his wind from that infield base hit. Quite a story, Cal Ripken Jr. What a great career he's had.
Torrey Hunter at the plate, taking ball 1 from Calvin Maduro.
And I think the biggest thing, what he's meant to the game of baseball.
I was trying to get that out of Tom Kelly today in interviewing him, because Tom has seen so many 3,000 hit milestones. Here's a drive to right center. Anderson's going to try to cut it off, but can't. Might have another triple here. Hunter to second. He wants 1 more. And the Twins have the tying run 90 feet away.
Well, just like Corey Koskie getting a triple in last night's game, Torrey Hunter had a triple last night. Corey Koskie in his second at bat with a triple. Torrey Hunter follows that lead and starts off the bottom of the 5th inning. A fastball up out over the plate. Brady Anderson unable to cut it off because the ball was just hit at a line drive. Torrey Hunter in with a triple, just 90 feet away from tying this game up.
See if Todd Walker can bring him in. There it is, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, in front of Surhoff. Hunter will score. The game is tied, and Walker jumped on the first pitch, a sinking line drive right in front of Surhoff, and just like that, the Twins have tied it up again.
Well, you really see Calvin Maduro starting to get the ball up in the strike zone. 2 fastballs so far this inning. Last inning, he faced 8 batters, and the ball started to come up. Fastball again, up in the strike zone to Todd Walker. Ball dying right in front of Surhoff, doing a good job keeping it in front of him. Walker picking up just his 2nd RBI of the year.
Here is Guzman. Chopped off the plate, foul. Either last night's starter, Jose Mercedes, or tonight's starter, Calvin Maduro, in the rotation for the Orioles because of the injury to Scott Erickson. The Orioles have gotten very encouraging signs that Erickson's on the verge of rejoining them. And the last thing that Mercedes or Maduro want to do is leave a bad taste in the mouth of Mike Hargrove. They'd like to stick around for a while. Guzman lays down a beauty, and Maduro's going to have a tough play, but he gets him. Oh, what a play by Maduro. Guzman will get credit for a sacrifice, but again, he deadened the ball beautifully with Ripken coming in.
Well, Maduro made a great play right here. Look at the bunt. Didn't think Maduro's going to have a chance. Comes up and all in one motion. Good strike to Conine at first base for the first out.
Go ahead run at second base with 1 out. And Matt Lawton at the plate. And time is called. There is no activity in the Twins bullpen, and that says more, I think, about what has happened to the Twins bullpen so far this year than any signs of satisfaction with Sean Bergman's performance tonight. Off-speed pitch over for a strike. Under normal circumstances, giving up 4 runs on 11 hits over 5 innings, and really struggling in just about every inning, would lead for an early exit for the starting pitcher. But the Twins bullpen has been overworked to the point where Twins are going to try to get at least one more inning out of Sean Bergman.
Well, Bergman pitch count 81 pitches, so he's at that point that hopefully he can get through one more inning.
1-1 to Lawton.
And Mike Hargrove hoping that Maduro can get through this inning.
Walker with pretty good speed at second base. And Lawton's hit by a pitch. First and second, one out for Butch Husky. And we'll see whether Mike Hargrove is going to pay attention to the numbers here and make a pitching change.
I think you see Maduro starting to tire a little bit. He struck out Matt Lawton on a fastball inside, but you can see the control of the fastball just isn't there like it was in the first 3 innings.
No move made. Husky 6 for 12 lifetime with a couple of home runs against Calvin Maduro. Pick off at second. Walker gets back. And frankly, I thought Maduro was lucky to get Husky out in the last at bat. Fell behind him 2-0, and there was a check swing called a strike, and that tended to turn the whole at bat in Maduro's favor. He ended up striking him out on a breaking ball. Grounder towards short. Bordick flips to second. Garcia's relay. A double play.
What a relay.
Garcia getting rid of the ball quickly. And Maduro gets out of the jam, getting Butch Husky to hit into 2 outs instead of 1. But the Twins still have tied the game. New Twins pitcher, and it's left-hander Travis Miller.
Well, Sean Bergman working the first 6 innings, now turning it over to the bullpen. Travis Miller pitched an inning in last night's ball game. Gave up a couple hits, a run. No walks, 1 strikeout through 21 pitches last night. This is his 7th appearance.
Surhoff got a base hit against Miller. Surhoff with 4 hits against Twins left-handed pitching in last night's game, and 2 more hits today. 0-2.
Travis came in last night's ball game in the 6th inning, got the double play from off the bat of Delino DeShields. Started the 7th, gave up back-to-back hits to Surhoff and Albert Bell.
One and two. Tight ball game here at the Metrodome tonight. The Orioles leading early 3-0. The Twins tying it up. Orioles taking a 4-3 lead. Twins tied it up. And we're here in the 7th with the Orioles hitting and Cal Ripken Jr., the 4th hitter of the inning. One and two to Surhoff. Close pitch, 2-2.
Surhoff over his career actually has hit left-handers at a higher average than he does right-handers. 288 lifetime against left-handed pitchers, 278 against right-handers. So he hangs tough.
Miller gets him on strikes. 1 away.
I don't care if it's a right-hander or left-hander out there. That was a nasty pitch right there. Breaking ball down and away. And it just kept going away. Travis Miller, fastball and a breaking ball. Great location of this breaking ball. You got a hitter like Surhoff to do that. That means we had some good stuff on that ball.
Miller will face Albert Bell. And I didn't notice it so much last year. Maybe he's always done it, but I noticed it particularly on that pitch. Look how late Miller picks up the target. Now he pitches from the stretch position, but he will look toward first and then almost snap his head toward home plate and pick up the target very late.
Well, every pitcher has different ways of picking up the target. See Travis Miller right there, head down, picks up that imaginary runner at first.
2-0.
And usually a catcher, you'll give location, so he has pretty much an idea where the catcher's going to be setting up. Matthew LaCroix, if it's a fastball, if he puts down one and then a location.
Driven to the gap in left center field. Jones can't get there, and Bell's going to have an extra base hit, which all but guarantees Ripken will have a chance here in the 7th. More importantly, in the Twins dugout, the Orioles have the go-ahead runner in scoring position.
On yesterday's ball game, Travis Miller faced Albert Bell. He hit a double down the left field line. Here, Albert Bell gets a double. This one to left center. Jock Jones with good speed. Ball was hit so hard it just got by him, skipped by him all the way to the wall.
Baines the hitter with Ripken on deck. Ball 1.
Miller faced Baines in last night's ball game, struck him out.
In all likelihood, this is Miller's last hitter. Hector Carrasco is warmed up and apparently ready to come in to face Ripken. 2-0. There's Hector. He's throwing occasionally now to keep the arm loose. Popped foul. 2-1. Charge lines are open tonight. 612-33 Twins or 1-800-33 Twins. You have our permission to wait a few moments to go to the phone and make those calls. You might want to watch the next at bat. 2-2.
Now, Dick, do you think there's actually anybody in the concession stands at the ballpark right now? Or anybody have to go to the bathroom? Honey, would you go get me a Coke? Yeah, right.
Or at home. Do you mind if I see what's on channel 10? Guzman has it. Out number 2. Bell to third, and now here's Ripken.
A standing ovation for Cal Ripken. Or for Tom Kelly, I guess.
Tom Kelly making the pitching change, playing the percentages. Travis Miller coming out with Hector Carrasco coming into the ball game to face Cal Ripken when we come back. It's not that much of an overstatement to say baseball fans will always remember where they were when Cal Ripken got his 3,000th hit. Well, Hector Carrasco will know perhaps exactly where he was.
Hector coming in for the 7th time. There's the numbers right there. He last appeared on Wednesday in relief of Johan Santana and pitched 4 1/3, his longest outing of his career against the Boston Red Sox. A couple walks, couple strikeouts, no hits, no runs in that outing.
They're standing all around the Metrodome in anticipation of history being made.
Well, there's been 23 other major league players that has 3,000 hits in their career. Cal just one away.
And LeCroy can't handle the high pitch, and the run is going to score. So Ripken, if he gets it, will he get it with the bases empty? A high fastball, and LeCroy had it bang off the glove and go to the backstop, and the Orioles are back in front.
Well, it looked like Hector is just trying to overthrow this ball. And Matthew LeCroy, don't know if they give this a pass ball or a wild pitch. It looked like he hit the heel of his glove. And Albert Bell.
I'm going to put down pass ball. That ball should have been caught.
Right.
There it is! Number 3,000 and another milestone for Cal Ripken Jr.
And no better man to greet him right there, Eddie Murray.
coming out of the ball game with the baseball, and he's going to give it to his wife Kelly. This one is different. You're tempted to say, been there, done that as a fan. The Twins have been involved in so many of these games, but this man is an icon.
How lucky have the fans in Minnesota been to see Dave Winfield's 3,000 hit on September 16th, 1993. Eddie Murray's 3,000 hit June 30th, 1995. And now Cal Ripken, April 15th, the year 2000.
Beloved in every baseball city, and beloved here in Minneapolis too. Ground ball to second. Walker can't make the play. Ripken around second, heading to third, and the inning won't end. So now the task at hand is keeping the damage to a minimum of passed ball, allowing Bell to score the go-ahead run. And now an error charge to Walker, and red-hot Jeff Conine reaching base on an error, and Charles Johnson will come to the plate. Johnson taking up and in. And here the hits have been so hard to come by for Ripken. He charged to the 3,000 hit mark with 3 straight hits in this game. Fouled by Johnson, and it's 1-1. Orioles have played with the lead in this series, with the exception of the half inning at the end of the game last night. Guzman makes that play, flips to Walker, who gets to the bag. The Orioles get a run, but that'll be long forgotten. We'll never forget what happened after the 5th Baltimore run scored. Cal Ripken, the 24th member of baseball's 3,000 hit club. Here's the Jeep game reset, and we'll probably all forget about the score of the game at some point, but Cal Ripken got 3 hits tonight, including number 3,000, and that'll be the memory we'll all take out of this game. The Twins hoping to make it back-to-back come from behind wins, though, against the Orioles. We have 2 innings to go.
Good game for both sides right here. A lot of exciting moments. Cal Ripken getting hit number 3,000 in his last at bat against Hector Carrasco.
Down and away. Ball 1 to Jesus Garcia. Two 2-0. Carrasco will be a trivia question, as Mike Tremblay is the answer to a trivia question. Jose Mesa, Jose Rosado, and
Frank Viola.
That's right. Frank Viola gave up Rod Carews, and memory doesn't serve me well enough at this instant to remind myself of who gave up Wade Boggs' 3,000th hit, or Tony Gwynn's last year. Guzman in the hole, backhands it, and Coomer with the tag.
How about Ty Cobb? You remember that one?
Back then, and I remember a couple of years ago talking with Al Kaline, who's got, I think, like 3,007 hits, something like that. You're looking it up. Is that what it is?
Al Kaline 3,007. Right. You're right on.
I remember asking him a few years ago, I said, what was it like when you got your 3,000th hit? He goes, oh, made the newspapers the next day, but that was about it. I mean, back then, it wasn't that big of a deal, even though there were obviously a lot fewer people who had done it. Carrasco comes out. Mark Redmond's going to pitch next for the Twins.
And Kaline got his 3,000th hit off Dave McNally. Very good pitcher.
Yes. One away in the 8th inning. And Mark Redmond comes in to face Brady Anderson.
Mark one pitch Redmond. That 1-0 record. He threw one pitch in last night's ball game. Ended up getting the win when the Twins scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Might have to throw more pitches tonight to try to make it 2-0. Facing Brady Anderson. He's already had a couple doubles in this ball game. 2 for 4.
Fly ball to left. Jones near the line. In foul ground. Makes the catch. 2 down. And that'll bring up Mike Bordick. You like separated at births? People who look a lot alike. They're not related, but they look like they are. Will Clark and Mark Redmond. You think? You don't think so?
Might be. Maybe we'll get them together, see if they have the same mannerisms.
Breaking ball in the dirt. 1-1. Bordick. RBI single, a double, and a run scored. 2-1. Charge lines are open. The 3,000 hit suspense is over with. But you can still be here tomorrow. Weather's not supposed to be real nice, but it's comfortable inside. 612-33 Twins. 1-800-33-Twins. 2-2 to Bordick. Orioles leading by a run. For a change the Twins won't need. You wouldn't think a 6-run 8th to win this game. A couple of runs might do it. Driven to right. Lawton has it. 3 up, 3 down go the Orioles in the 8th. The Twins will send up Koskie, Coomer, and LeCroy. 5-4, the Orioles have the lead. And before we get to the 9th inning, we want to remind you that the Twins are rewarding you for your perfect attendance or close to it through the new Twins Rewards program. You can earn points each time you attend a Twins home game. The more points you earn, the better prize you'll receive. It's totally free. You can enroll today and receive 8 free trial issues of Sports Illustrated. Wow.
Pretty nice.
See that? I knew that would get your attention. I said the word free.
No, you said Sports Illustrated. I like that.
Twins Rewards. Go more and get more.
For perfect attendance. That's kind of like me in high school.
You played hooky quite a bit, I'll bet.
I went Tuesdays and Fridays because we played baseball in those days. And I was sick every other day after the way I pitched.
2 strikes to Surhoff. Surhoff, Bell, Baines, and then if somebody reaches Ripken, we'll get a chance for career hit number 3001.
Big deal. This guy is just a tough out.
Yeah, he's locked in. He's had some ugly swings, hit some awkward pitches, and still gotten the fat part of the bat on the ball. Surhoff got to see Robin Yount's 3,000th hit when they were all teammates in Milwaukee. And that came against the Orioles. Jose Mesa was the pitcher then with the Orioles. Two strikes from Redmond to Surhoff. Fought it off. Still alive. Orioles getting single runs in the first, second, fourth, fifth, and seventh innings. Driven to left. That's got a lot of carry to it. Jones to the wall. And it's gone. A home run for Surhoff. He continues his hot hitting, and it's 6-4.
Well, Surhoff hitting his first home run this year for the Orioles. 28 of them last year. Now 147 over his career. Just a tough out. He enjoys hitting it here at the ballpark, at the Dome, and also against Twins pitching. Just a fastball, letter high, goes the other way. Jock Jones just runs out of room. Got turned around a little bit there, leaps at the last second, hoping to maybe knock it down. Ball got out of the ballpark.
So here's Bell. At the knees, a strike. We were discussing between innings what Mike Hargrove must be thinking right now. It was a 1-run lead. Now it's a 2-run lead. It's a save situation. Mike Tremblay was warmed up, but the Twins are set up pretty well in the bottom of the 9th inning for any right-handed pitcher. With Jones leading off, Hunter, who could be pinch hit for by either Ortiz or Cummings or Hocking, and then Walker, Guzman, Lawton would all hit left-handed. This is a little fly ball to right field, and Matt Lawton makes a nice running catch. Bell's retired for the first out. So you think Hargrove will come back with the untested rookie B.J. Ryan?
Yeah, I do. I just have that feeling. But as we talk about that, now it looks like Mike Tremblay starts to loosen up again in that Oriole bullpen.
Baines and then Ripken. Because of the home run by Surhoff, Cal will get a 5th plate appearance in this game. Here's a fly ball to left field in the park. Jones has it 2 away, and let's hear the ovation for Cal Ripken Jr. As he swung the bat in his last at bat, getting the hit, did you notice the flash balls going on?
Oh, yes. It's almost like I thought Mark McGuire
Yeah,
was
I thought the same thing. Redmond delivers ball 1.
And I saw some this time. I think it's for the people that didn't have it ready the last time.
And they'll have to tell everybody that Hector Carrasco is left-handed, right? You wonder if he ever gets tired of it. The adulation and warm response he gets from baseball fans. You know, and there's probably no player in the history of the game who deserves it more. We've seen so many examples over the years of Ripken embracing fans and going the extra mile, if you will, to establish and maintain a very intimate relationship with the fans. A few years ago, we were in Baltimore, and I remember it vividly, on the 4th of July, and we had a 2.5-hour rain delay, and Ripken spent at least half of that out in the rain signing autographs for the fans. I saw it this year at spring training, the final week in Fort Myers. Ripken and the Orioles were there in Fort Myers, and all the players had left. Ripken stayed behind a little bit. The fans wanted him to stop and sign a few autographs, and he did. It wasn't raining, but still had a 2-hour drive ahead of him, and he took the time to sign autographs. A true baseball hero. 3 for 5 tonight. The Orioles take a 2-run lead to the bottom of the 9th. The Orioles lead by 2, trying to even the series at a game apiece. And a familiar face and a good friend. Pitching for the other side now, Mike Tremblay.
Oh, Mike Tremblay coming in for the 5th time for the Orioles. 3 innings, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts. We've seen that before. Mike Tremblay always averaging about a strikeout per inning.
The home run was a big one. It was a 3-run home run that allowed the Royals to complete a long comeback against the Orioles. Earlier on this road trip for Baltimore, Tremblay pressed into service. This was not his intended role when the Orioles signed him. He was supposed to be a setup guy, but Mike Timlin, their closers, on the disabled list. So Tremblay steps up into the closer's role here, and he'll face Jacques Jones to start the night.
Well, he had a pretty good teacher while he was here, Rick Aguilera. When Aggie got traded to the Cubs last year, Mike Tremblay stepped in, saved 24 ball games for the Twins last year, has 34 career saves. And Dick, you're not going to believe this, but Mike Tremblay had a birthday yesterday. He's 33 years old. Another April baby.
With the 2-run lead, you can see the Orioles playing off the lines now, and Jones sends a fly ball to right field. Albert Bell calling off Anderson, and Tremblay gets the all-important first out of the night. Torrey Hunter called back to the dugout, and it'll be Midre Cummings who will hit for Torrey Hunter. So the Twins potentially here could have 5 left-handed hitters in succession against Tremblay. Our All-American Recreation Player of the game. Who else? 3 hits tonight, and he's a 24th member of the 3,000 hit club, Cal Ripken Jr. Cummings has done a great job for the Twins in this role, coming off the bench and pinch hitting. 4 for 7 with 3 runs batted in.
Mike Tremblay with a fastball, a breaking ball, and that splitter. There's that breaking ball right there.
This is such an important game for the Orioles because they have lost 4 games in a row on this road trip in the opponent's last at bat. 3 missed save opportunities. And so the experience that Tremblay got as the closer last year for the Twins may prove invaluable to him here, because this is more than just a regular save situation. 2-1. The Orioles have to have this game. Most of those saves coming last year after the Rick Aguilera trade. Fouled away, 2-2. Todd Walker's on deck. Tremblay signing a 3-year deal with the Orioles in the offseason. And a foul that stings Johnson. 2-2. Twins need a base runner and a bomb.
Mike Tremblay with the Twins organization at the major league level starting back in 1992.
It's a little nubber. I thought it was touched by Cummings in the box, but apparently not. He ran out of the box. Tremblay makes the play. 2 outs. It looked like a double hit to me. And if Ripken's going to be our player of the game, then you can probably guess what our play of the game is. Our Powerball play of the game right here, number 3000.
Off a Hector Carrasco fastball. Cal going right back up the middle. Base hit to center field. As our Powerball play of the game, Mr. Ripken.
Todd Walker will hit as the Twins' last hope. Fouled away, 1 strike.
I remember yesterday's show, Todd Walker first at bat. Remember we were talking about how he brought up that right heel? I had a
Not
chance
the heel, but the front of the foot.
Right. I got to talk to him about it. You see it flat foot right now, that right foot. Just a timing mechanism for him.
Got to keep his weight on his back leg a little bit
Keep
longer.
that weight back a little bit.
One on one to Walker. Twins down a pair. That's a fair ball picked up by Conine, and the Orioles have finally won one on the road. Tremblay gets the save, but all eyes are on Cal Ripken Jr., a night that he and the rest of America will never forget. A landmark night in baseball as Cal Ripken has joined the 3,000 hit club, and very importantly for Cal Ripken, in a winning effort.
Well, Baltimore wins this second game here, 6-4. Mike Trombley picking up his first save as a Baltimore Oriole. Travis Miller takes the loss, and Tim Worrell gets the win for the Orioles.